welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button to stay inspired to wise up and rise up above these narcissists. So at the end of the day, let's get into the topic. I wanted to talk about, a lot of people ask me all the time, like, why does a narcissist stalk me, right? Why does the narcissist stalk me if legit, like, they discarded me, or you know what I mean? Like, they chose a new supply, but yet they're still trying to stalk me. At the end of the day, you have to understand, narcissists are all about control. I've never experienced this before. I'm gonna be bluntly honest with you, because at the end of the day, like, I love to be like very transparent with, you know, my followers or whatever. But I educated myself enough to understand. Remember, the narcissists, they have a personality disorder. That's why a lot of them, there's a lot of you guys out there, and a lot of them have the same patterns and the same traits that a lot of people experience the same thing, right? Is because they have a personality disorder, and everything that they do is to feed their ego. Everything that they do is to gain power and control over the person that they're deciding to be with. Even if they're not with you anymore, though, they still want to hold on to still have power and control over you, to know that they can have access to you whenever they feel like it. So when, let's say you block the narcissist, they make fake accounts, or you on social media, or you block their number and they're calling you from different numbers and they're still stalking you, it's because at the end of the day, they don't know nothing about boundaries. Everything that they do is to have power and control over you. So when, even if you guys are not together and they see that they're losing power and control over you by you setting healthy boundaries, right there pisses them the hell off, because they're like, who are you to set boundaries? No, you are mine. I claimed you. And even if I don't want you right now, I'll pick you up whenever I feel like it. So it drives them crazy to know that they don't have access to you whenever they feel like it. Even if they have a new supply, even if they're the ones that discarded you. At the end of the day, these people are all about power and control, that they can have over your life. Whether they are with you in a relationship or not in a relationship with you. If they feel like they still have, you know, they still want to have power and control over you, and they still have, you know, the means to have, you know, control over you, because of the fact that, let's say you blocked them over here, but you didn't block them here, right? Or let's say you guys still have the same friend circle, or whatever the case may be, right? They want to know that, again, they can pick you up and put you down whenever they feel like it, right? Sometimes they're not ready to let go of that control and power over you. And a lot of times the narcissist is not. They'll just come around in roundabout ways if they're not stalking your social media, if they're not stalking down your phone, right? Maybe they might mistake and call you by accident or something from another number, or show up somewhere that they know you're partying or you're gonna be at, or whatever the case may be, right? To see, again, if they can still trigger you and get a response out of you. When narcissists stalk you, or, you know, on social media, or call you from different numbers or whatever, again, it's just to get a reaction out of you so they can get a supply. Any supply is good supply, whether it be you getting pissed off and you cussing them and yelling at them and say, stop calling my phone, or da-da-da-da. That's still a reaction. That's still giving them supply. Or you breaking and being like, I miss you too, you know, like, but we're not good together, or whatever, like, still giving them supply, right? So at the end of the day, the main thing and why they do this, even if they discarded you or they have a new supply, is just to get a reaction out of you, just to have access to you, just to see that they can still have control over your mind and over your emotions, right? And that feeds them supply, in feeding their, and when I say supply, feeding their ego, making them feel good that they can still get a reaction out of you, or making them feel good that you're not serious about your boundaries, that they could still overstep your boundaries even if you set them. So at the end of the day, if you get a narcissist that's literally stalking on social media from different accounts, or calling you from different numbers or whatever, and really, you know, overstepping your boundaries, it's up to you to turn around and say, you know what, enough is enough. I truly want to move on from this person, and either A, get a restraining order, right? Or B, just don't even respond. Just keep blocking all those random numbers. Keep blocking all those random accounts, right? It's all up to you to say when is enough and know what route are you willing to take to put your foot down if that narcissist is still, still nagging you on, still trying to overstep your boundaries. Because at the end of the day, again, narcissists, they don't know what boundaries look like. They don't care about boundaries. Everything is about feeding their ego, and then again, you doing what they want you to do. And what they want from you is a reaction. Whether, again, it's a bad reaction or a good reaction. Because either way, they're still getting to you. They're still affecting you mentally and emotionally. That's why they say if you really, really want to hurt a narcissist, if you really, really want to move on from a narcissist, whatever you want to do after a narcissistic abusive relationship is the best thing you can do is go no contact. Give them no supply. Give them no, reaction. And take the focus off of them and put the focus inward on you. Because everything is transferred through energy. So even if, you're thinking about them, they can feel that. The same way if, they're thinking about you, you could feel that. Energy is powerful. So at the end of the day, the best thing that you could do is, again, find out how far are you willing to set your boundaries, right? And if you're willing to take, a step further to put your foot down. Are you ready to take that step? What does that step look like? Right? How can you start, again, taking the focus off of them and putting the focus inward on you? How can you start learning how to not react to them? And that's how you gain back your true power, is learning how to not react to them through their tactics. So at the end of the day, if you're battling with a narcissist that is stalking you, sit down and figure out what does enough look like enough for you, and how can you get serious and set different boundaries if you see certain boundaries are not working. Because at the end of the day, they won't stop. Because again, they're all about power and control. And if they lose power and control over you, it's like a kid that throws a tantrum. They're not getting their own way, right? So if you're one of those people that are dealing with that, I've educated myself enough to know the patterns and how to break free from the patterns with the narcissist, because what this is just another pattern with the narcissist, right? So again, what I'm sharing with you, I have not experienced personally, but I have experienced a certain situation where, my ex narcissist was verbally abusing me after he got his new supply, where I had to turn around and say, if you don't stop verbally abusing me, I'm gonna get a restraining order. So at the end of the day, you see, that was me setting my healthy boundaries, saying enough is enough. I'm not gonna accept it. So what I'm sharing with you and telling you, I've took it to that extent to set my healthy boundaries and to say what I'm willing to accept and not accept. So that when I'm sharing with you about this and finding out what your boundaries are like, again, I learned it my way as well, and what I'm sharing with you guys. So sit down, really look at where you're willing to set those healthy boundaries, to take it a step further. I'm not saying that maybe you didn't set those boundaries already. Maybe you did, and the narcissist is still overstepping them. What I'm saying is, if you see them still overstepping them, they just want a reaction out of you. I'm giving you an explanation why they're doing what they're doing, and what you can do is find out what's the next step, what's the next extent that you can set those boundaries and move in that direction instead of falling back and giving them a reaction, because that's all they want from you, and that's why they're doing what they're doing, is to irritate you, to still have control over your mind, still be relevant in your mind, still have access to you. So you know the reason why, you know what you can do. Stand in the facts to wise up and rise up above these narcissists. It all starts with you and the actions that you decide to take to move on and move forward and gain back power and control over your mind and your emotions over the narcissist. Thank you so much for joining this video, you guys. I hope that it helped inspire you, motivate you, gave you some great tips on what you can do, and educated you to, again, wise up and rise up inside of your life. And if you guys ever need any help, or you guys want more tips and tools on a one-on-one level, you can always book a one-on-one with me. My link is at the top of TikTok and the top of my Instagram page. I'm gonna leave all the links in the comments. And if you guys even just wanna ask me a question, leave a comment and let me know. And don't forget, y'all, to leave a thumbs up, because what that does is it helps with the algorithm to get this video out there to more people who might need this message to help them in some sort of way. Thank you so much again. I can't thank you enough for being a part of the Wise Up, Rise Up NARC community. I'm here to support you, help you to grow and heal. Again, thank you, and I'll see you guys again at another video.